Well, Barron's terrific. He's a great boy. He's working hard. He's starting the school thing, the beginning of the process, and he's going to be a very good boy.
Barron Trump, the youngest son of Donald and Melania Trump, has always been a figure of mystery in the public eye. Born into one of the most influential families in America, Barron has managed to live a life largely removed from the spotlight. His public appearances are rare, and his personal life has remained mostly private, leaving many to wonder about the young man behind the Trump name. However, in a shocking and emotional public moment, Barron made a decision that would change everything. In a television interview, he was seen with tears in his eyes and a trembling voice, announcing that he was severing all ties with the Trump legacy. This unexpected moment sent shockwaves through the media and captured the attention of millions. Welcome back to our channel. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. Barron Trump, who had long maintained a quiet and composed public image, made headlines when he publicly distanced himself from his famous family. This was not just a simple statement, it was an emotional declaration that revealed a side of Barron that few had ever seen before. For years, Barron had been largely shielded from the media frenzy surrounding his family. His mother, Melania Trump, had taken great care to protect him from the pressures of public life, ensuring that Barron's childhood remained as normal as possible despite the overwhelming attention on his father. But on this particular day, something changed. The emotional scene of Barron speaking about his decision to break away from the Trump legacy left viewers shocked and filled with questions. What had driven Barron to make such a dramatic move? What did this decision mean for his future, and how would it affect his relationship with his family? The nation watched in disbelief as Barron, a figure who had always been associated with his powerful last name, made a bold and personal choice to step away from it all. Barron Trump, who had long maintained a quiet and composed public image, made headlines when he publicly distanced himself from his famous family. This was not just a simple statement, it was an emotional declaration that revealed a side of Barron that few had ever seen before. For years, Barron had been largely shielded from the media frenzy surrounding his family. His mother, Melania Trump, had taken great care to protect him from the pressures of public life, ensuring that Barron's childhood remained as normal as possible despite the overwhelming attention on his father. But on this particular day, something changed. The emotional scene of Barron speaking about his decision to break away from the Trump legacy left viewers shocked and filled with questions. What had driven Barron to make such a dramatic move? What did this decision mean for his future, and how would it affect his relationship with his family? The nation watched in disbelief as Barron, a figure who had always been associated with his powerful last name, made a bold and personal choice to step away from it all. For many, Barron Trump represents a figure caught between two worlds: the world of privilege and fame associated with his father's presidency, and the world of a young man who simply wants to live a life free of the constant media scrutiny that often accompanies his family's name. From a young age, Barron had been carefully protected from the public eye. His mother, Melania Trump, was particularly adamant about keeping Barron's life as private as possible. When Donald Trump was elected president in 2016, many expected that Barron would be thrust into the spotlight, but Melania's protective instincts kicked in. Rather than immediately moving into the White House with her husband, Melania made the decision to stay in New York with Barron for several months. She wanted him to finish his school year in peace, away from the chaotic world of politics. This decision sent a clear message. Barron was not just another political pawn, but a child first, and his well-being was Melania's top priority. Despite the constant attention his family received, Barron's private life remained largely under wraps. He rarely made public appearances, and when he did, it was typically alongside his mother. Unlike his older siblings, who were active in public life and politics, Barron remained a mystery. There were no interviews, no public statements, and very few photos of him. As the youngest member of the Trump family, Barron's public image remained deliberately low-key. His family was often the subject of intense media scrutiny, but Barron's presence was more about restraint than fame. One of the most striking aspects of Barron's story is his decision to carve out a path that is uniquely his own. While his siblings Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany have followed in their father's footsteps in the worlds of business and politics, Barron seems determined to go in a different direction. In 2024, he made the bold choice to attend New York University, NYU, enrolling in the Stern School of Business. This decision was significant for a number of reasons. Firstly, it marked a departure from the well-trodden path of his siblings, all of whom had attended the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School of Business, a prestigious institution closely associated with the Trump brand. By choosing NYU instead, Barron was signaling that he was not going to be defined by his last name. He wasn't just another Trump following a prescribed route. Instead, he wanted to build his own identity and make a name for himself, free from the shadow of his father's legacy. Secondly, Barron's decision to attend a different school reflected his desire for normalcy. Rather than attending a high-profile, well-known university associated with his family's brand, Barron chose to be just another student navigating the bustling streets of New York City. At NYU, there were no bodyguards, no designer clothes, and no attention-grabbing antics. Barron simply wanted to blend in with his peers and experience college life on his own terms. This decision sent a powerful message to the world. Barron was determined to live life on his own terms, and he wasn't interested in being defined by his family's political dynasty. He was forging his own path, not for the public, but for himself. This made Barron an even more intriguing figure. In an age where public figures are constantly trying to brand themselves and stay in the spotlight, Barron's choice to live a quieter, more private life made him stand out in a way that was entirely his own. Despite his efforts to live privately, Barron Trump is still, in many ways, defined by his last name. Being the son of a former president carries with it a level of attention that Barron cannot escape, no matter how hard he tries. This became painfully clear when Barron faced challenges that were directly related to his family's reputation. One such incident occurred when Barron was reportedly denied the ability to open a bank account, with the reason cited being his last name. This public rejection highlighted the challenges that Barron faces simply by being a Trump. Despite his best efforts to remain out of the public eye, his family's name still carries significant weight, and not always in a positive light. Many people, whether due to political reasons or personal bias, have strong opinions about the Trump family, and Barron has been subjected to this judgment in ways that most young people never have to experience. This incident, along with others, underscores the difficulties that come with being part of such a high-profile family. While Barron may try to step away from the family legacy, it is clear that the Trump name will continue to follow him. For Barron, this presents a dilemma. How does he build his own identity while constantly being reminded of the legacy he's trying to escape? What stands out most about Barron Trump is his quiet strength. Unlike his siblings, who have been outspoken in the public arena, Barron has chosen to remain largely silent. He has never sought attention or fame, preferring instead to focus on his studies and personal interests. This reserved nature has made him a more enigmatic figure, and it is perhaps this mystery that makes him so intriguing. Barron has been described by those who know him as intelligent, thoughtful, and independent. He doesn't appear to be interested in pursuing the typical celebrity lifestyle that so many children of famous figures fall into. Instead, he seems to be focused on building his own future, one that is based on his personal goals and interests, rather than on the expectations of others. Despite the pressures that come with being part of the Trump family, Barron has shown a remarkable ability to maintain his privacy and sense of independence. This is not to say that he isn't influenced by his family, but rather that he is determined to carve out a life that is uniquely his own. Whether he decides to enter business, politics, or another field altogether, Barron's ability to stay grounded and focused on his own path will be key to his future success. As Barron Trump continues to grow into adulthood, the question on everyone's mind is, what's next for him? Will he follow in his father's footsteps and pursue a career in business or politics? Or will he venture into an entirely different field, perhaps focusing on technology, media, or something else that has captured his interest? What is clear is that Barron is taking a very different approach from his siblings. While Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany have all been highly involved in the public and political spheres, Barron is intentionally keeping a low profile. He has shown little interest in following the path laid out by his family, and instead seems determined to make his own way in the world. Whatever Barron's future holds, it is likely that he will continue to intrigue the public. His quiet strength, independence, and determination to live life on his own terms will undoubtedly be a source of fascination for years to come. While Barron Trump may not be interested in the spotlight, there is little doubt that his story is far from over. Barron Trump is a young man caught in a unique position, one where his family's fame and legacy loom large, yet he strives to create his own identity. Through his decision to distance himself from the Trump name and live a life that is more private and independent, Barron has shown that he is more than just the son of a former president. He is a young man who is actively shaping his own future, away from the spotlight and outside the expectations placed upon him. As the world watches Barron's journey unfold, it is clear that his path will be one of personal discovery and quiet determination. Whether he eventually steps into the public eye or continues to stay behind the scenes, Barron Trump's story is sure to be one that captivates audiences for years to come. Barron Trump leaves the White House. What do you think? Please come back to the comments below and remember to click the bell icon to get notified of our latest content. Thank you very much and see you soon.